Good morning, Los Angeles. I'm Mayor Eric Garcetti, and I'm really pleased to be here with great council member Monica Rodriguez here in the 7th Council District in the San Fernando Valley at the Richie Valens Rec Center, where we are looking at a city-county partnership using state vaccines to make sure that our healthcare workers and our most vulnerable Angelenos are protected in our fight against COVID-19. We're opening this new vaccination site with 3 others today, providing in each one of these sites 300 vaccinations. That's 1,200 between those 4 sites. Add to that 4 other sites that we opened up, including another one in CD7 at Hanson Dam. And we're looking at over 2,000 vaccinations every single day that the city is doing to help the county and the state make sure everybody is safe. Our goal is to make sure, and I want to reemphasize, this is for healthcare workers. And there's a state portal that you go to, but it's for healthcare workers who don't have the opportunity to get that vaccination through their employer. We know that you're on the front lines, pulling shift after shift after shift, and we want to protect you so you can protect us as the highest priority for those vaccines. Already in LA County, over 100,000 vaccines have gone out, but I know the council member and I are impatient. We need more vaccines, and we promise the city of LA will get them out as quickly as we receive them. Every single day, not a single bit of vaccine is going to waste. They're going into the arms of folks to make sure they are safe for all of us as well. So the 4 sites that are opening today, starting with this one, are all located in city parks. And I want to thank our Recreation and Parks Department for their amazing work. And there are neighborhoods that have been especially hard hit by COVID-19. The council member has done an amazing job here pointing out the spread in the Northeast San Fernando Valley, where 9 out of the 10 neighborhoods most impacted by COVID-19 were found. We're making sure that we get out in dual languages all of this information so that people know what to do to protect themselves, and if they're frontline workers, they can be at the front of the line as well. The other sites that I'll be visiting today are at Balboa Sports Complex in Encino, Hazard Recreation Center in Boyle Heights, and the El Sereno Recreation Center. And as I mentioned, these are city-county sites, a joint partnership where we see amazing county personnel behind us, together with our City Rec and Parks facilities and nurses from the Department of Public Health who are administering the vaccines. And I want to thank our partners for rolling up their sleeves, not just the folks receiving vaccines, but the folks working are literally rolling up their sleeves, and for the great collaboration of Monica Rodriguez and her team here as well. This is the next step forward in what we're doing to make sure that everybody gets vaccinated. In just a week, 6,700 healthcare workers have received the vaccine. This is important not only to protect their lives, but we've seen too many healthcare workers not able to show up for work right now. And that is really the worst part of what's happening in our hospitals. Space is at a premium, ventilators at a premium, but those are holding tight. What we don't have enough of is people. And so we're making sure that there are people who are able to show up and not get sick by vaccinating them first. So in the months and weeks ahead, we will continue to add more and more Angelenos. Already, we're taking our firefighters into skilled nursing facilities where our seniors who are most at risk and who are the majority of the deaths early on in this pandemic reside. We're also working with the county as they move patients who can go to those skilled nursing facilities from our hospitals to open up their beds, and we want to make sure those folks are vaccinated as well. Right now, 1 in 5 people who are being tested for coronavirus in Los Angeles are positive. 1 in 5. It's a staggering number. Every 6 seconds, we're seeing an infection, and every 10 minutes, we're losing a beloved person here in Los Angeles. I spoke with a family yesterday, who I'll describe a little later in this week, but of a firefighter who fell, an amazing firefighter who dedicated his life to us, but who COVID-19 claimed his life. We're seeing too many families mourn every single day from what is happening. We need to continue marching forward. So please don't drop your guard. Continue to wear masks. I got 2 on today. Keep your distance. Make sure you're washing your hands, and stay home. Stay home. Right now, this is about community spread, and if somebody in your household's been infected, make sure you isolate, make sure you quarantine, and make sure you do everything to save lives. With that, let me toss it over to Councilmember Monica Rodriguez to say some words, and then we're going to give you a tour of this site so you can better understand it.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And again, my thanks to the public that has been so cooperative in helping to honor the orders, because right now we're trying to prioritize taking care of the people that have been taking care of us. Through this pandemic, we have had incredible frontline workers that have sacrificed their own health and security to help protect our communities. And here in the Northeast San Fernando Valley in my district, we have been the epicenter of where the largest spread has occurred here in the city of Los Angeles. And we need to change that trajectory. But we can only achieve that together. And through the opening of this vaccination site and this pod, through this incredible collaboration, and I want to thank our Department of Recreation and Parks and the members of the team that have really helped to put our parks at the forefront of how we provide solutions and protections for the families of the Northeast Valley. They have been incredible, making sure that through the beginning of this pandemic that we were helping to care for the most vulnerable, those without shelter, living on our streets, to providing academic opportunities, to now being the forefront of how we provide vaccinations and see hopefully the light at the end of the tunnel through this pandemic. But we're not there yet. As we continue to receive these vaccinations, we will continue to expand and deploy more locations to help make sure that everyone is getting their opportunity and access to this vaccine. And we're going to be prioritizing in an equitable fashion to make sure that the most vulnerable communities are not being left behind, but are being prioritized. And I want to thank you, Mayor, for your advocacy in that, because it's through our shared responsibility of making sure that we hold our elected officers in the federal government accountable to making sure that we get the resources that we need to support our community. And through that, we will continue to assure that the most vulnerable communities get prioritized. We will not be left behind, but we will be at the forefront of making sure that we provide the access as necessary. And so I want to implore members of our community, through this pandemic, we have been incredibly resourceful in supporting one another. And we need to continue to do that. And so through my office and our deployment of offering PPE to multi-generational households and those living in crowded conditions, I want to thank you, Mayor, for helping to expand that citywide with our partnership with the American Red Cross. But we want to make sure that we get our families the resources that they need. So please, don't go through this struggle alone. You can reach out to our offices. We remain available to support you, getting you the food and resources that you need into your household. So please, I know the Mayor's office has been outstanding in helping to avail those resources, and we're going to continue to work together to make sure that we deliver that for our city. And again, thank you, Mayor, and my tremendous gratitude to our men and women of the Los Angeles Fire Department, all of our first responders that have been just saviors to our communities during this difficult time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, not only for your leadership here in this district, but as chair of public safety, the daughter of a firefighter, you understand how important public safety is and how that crosses over to public health. So thank you so much for that. Before I take a tour, let me just say a few words in Spanish, because we know how widespread right now Latinos are the biggest group proportionally and absolutely in the number of cases that we have. Per capita, the most cases are happening right now in our community. So I want to say a few words just briefly in Spanish to let people know about this, and especially get the message out to our Latino healthcare workers as well. Estoy aquí en el Distrito 7 con concejal Monica Rodriguez, y gracias a ella y su oficina por su trabajo increíble para proteger su distrito y esta ciudad también. Pero estamos aquí para la apertura de un nuevo sitio de vacunación para nuestros increíbles trabajadores de salud. Hay muchos trabajadores de salud en nuestra comunidad, en la comunidad latina, y es importante protegerles. Aquí en este sitio, en Richie Valens Centro de Recreo, con nuestro Departamento de Recreación y Parques, tenemos la oportunidad de dar estas vacunas a nuestros miembros de nuestras familias y los trabajadores de salud en Los Ángeles. El noreste del Valle de San Fernando es el epicentro de esta pandemia, y es muy importante tener la oportunidad de dar las primeras vacunas a estas personas. Pero específicamente estos sitios solamente están ahora por los trabajadores de salud. Nuestra meta es que 1,200 trabajadores de salud puedan recibir estas vacunas en estos sitios aquí en Encino, en Balboa también, y 2 sitios en el Distrito 14. y es importante porque el gran riesgo de infección y de muerte es con estos trabajadores de salud. Estos sitios de vacunación son solo para los trabajadores de salud. En este momento estamos priorizando a las personas más expuestas a este virus, pero nosotros traeremos más vacunas en estas próximas semanas a otros sectores y personas en nuestra ciudad. Hoy nos da esperanza y celebramos buenas noticias, pero no podemos bajar la guardia. Por favor, continúe manteniendo la distancia personal entre las personas que no están en su hogar y siempre use una mascarilla o 2 mascarillas cuando salga. Y si necesita, haga una cita para una prueba gratis en coronavirus.lcity.org/testing o con llamar 311. So with that, Jimmy, why don't you come over? Jimmy Kim is an amazing leader in our Recreation and Parks Department. Why don't you tell us a little bit and walk us through what this site's all about?
Yes, so good morning, Mayor Garcetti and Councilmember Rodriguez. My name is Jimmy Kim. I'm the Assistant General Manager of Recreation and Parks. This is one of our MPOD locations. MPOD stands for Medical Points of Distribution. As you know, the Department of Recreation and Parks is the lead in mass care and sheltering. So we've been partnering with the Department of Public Health as well as the Mayor's Office and city partners in developing plans to open these medical points of distribution. We finalized our agreements just last year, and just in an opportune time to open these sites. This is one of, as the mayor said, this is one of our MPOD vaccination sites, and I'll just give you a quick run through in how the process works. So this site is specifically for healthcare workers, and healthcare workers have to be registered in order to come and get vaccinated at this site. So once they register, they'll come in. Obviously, you see a line forming here. You can pan over that way. And as they register, they have specific times that they should be coming. They'll come through and then first get screened. And in the screening, they're looking basically for any type of contraindications, any indications where they shouldn't get the vaccine. Once they do the screening, they'll go into registration. In registration, which is here, and this side here, they will be doing, just confirming that they are in fact registered to be part of the vaccination. Right over there is the actual vaccination area. Once they do the vaccination, they will then, which is a very quick, simple vaccine, they'll then go over to the tent over on the left side over there, and they will get monitored until, just to make sure that they don't have any type of adverse reactions to the vaccine. And so that's just a simple process. Once you come in, it's about 5, maybe 15-minute tops to go right through and get vaccinated.